You've probably seen Tim Urban's amazing TED Talk Inside the Mind of a Master Procrastinator, which has more than 60 million views.
Both brains have a rational decision maker in them, but the procrastinator's brain also has an instant gratification monkey. Now, what does this mean for the procrastinator? Well, it means everything's fine until this happened. Actually, let's read the entire Wikipedia page of the Nancy Kerrigan-Tanya Harding scandal, because I just remembered that happened. Then
he talks about the instant gratification monkey, that voice in your head that drags you toward Netflix and snacks or a random Wikipedia rabbit hole instead of doing the thing you actually need to do. And then the panic monster shows up when a deadline gets close and scares you into action. Now, it's a brilliant metaphor and it explains the chaos of day-to-day procrastination. But here's the problem. It doesn't explain why you keep repeating the loop or how to actually break it. That's what you will learn in this video. I'm Sven Emmerich, author of Master Your Lifescript, and today I will show you the 3 deeper laws that explain procrastination and how to flip them into momentum. Urban's monkey and panic monster explain the what. The deeper why is this. Procrastination isn't just lost time, it's your brain choosing comfort over growth. And it slowly changes your identity from someone who just procrastinates into someone who is a procrastinator. That shift happens because of 3 laws. Firstly, how you misread cause and effect. Secondly, how you rationalize away cognitive dissonance. And thirdly, how you deal with yourself after setbacks. Let's go through each and every one of them. So why does the monkey win? Tim Urban's monkey is real, but here's what it really is. It's your brain chasing tasks where your perceived competence level, your so-called self-efficacy expectancy is high. Scrolling, tidying, making another snack. Those are easy. You know you can succeed at them. The problem is they have almost zero so-called action-outcome relationship. They don't move your long-term goals. The real work, writing the report, making the call, building the project. Here, it's the opposite. That has high action-outcome relationship. It matters for your future, but it has a low competence level or self-efficacy. So you're clumsy, maybe you doubt yourself, you haven't built a skill yet. So the monkey pulls you toward comfort. And if you let it win, you never build the competence needed to succeed, which means you never get better, which then means the monkey will win again tomorrow until one day you're laying on your deathbed on the last day of your life, looking back on your life as the continued string of single days and wonder how in the world you could end up here without seeing it coming because you're only watching those single days. This is why most people only act when fear finally kicks in.
Anytime a deadline gets too close or there's danger of public embarrassment, someone called the panic monster.
With a panic monster, that means, well, I have a motivational problem until I have a time problem. Once the deadline is close enough, fear temporarily overtakes the monkey, but it never teaches you to build a competence in a calm and collected way. So we need to tackle exactly that in order to stay healthy without going from panic to panic. For now, your move is when you feel the monkey tugging at you, name it. This is a high outcome task, but I have low competence. My job isn't to avoid it, it's to build skill until my competence catches up. Here's the second law, which explains why you excuse your procrastination behavior and which then feeds the monkey. When you face a task with a high importance and low perceived competence, you feel tension. This needs to get done, but I'm not able to do it successfully. And that realization hurts. So what do most people do? They so-called rationalize it away. That means they give themselves seemingly rational reasons which are actually highly emotional because they're emotionally afraid to fail. But it doesn't sound good to say that. So instead they say, well, I work better under pressure or something, or I wasn't in the right mood, or I'll do it tomorrow when I'm fresher. But that's not the truth. That's a painkiller. You're soothing the sting of dissonance with excuses instead of fixing it with action. The law here is simple. Dissonance is not the enemy, it's the signal. It tells you your expectations don't yet match reality. Use that as fuel for learning because learning learning is the only path to grow skill and to get from where you are to where you want to be. So your move is the next time you hear yourself making an excuse, write it down. Then ask, what's the smallest action I could take right now to shrink this dissonance? Even 2 minutes is enough. That brings us to law number 3 about aligning perception with reality. Now here's the most dangerous part of procrastination: when your perceived competence drifts far away from your real competence. So if your perceived competence is too high, you take on big tasks, fail fast, and your memoir writer logs another loser story. Now if your perceived competence is too low, you'll never start, and the monkey wins by default. Either way, the story becomes your identity: I am a procrastinator. The fix isn't hyping yourself up, it's rapid prototyping. Quick, low-stake tries that shrink the gap between perception and reality. Think of it as running micro-experiments in your daily life. Instead of, well, write the whole report, try draft the first paragraph in 5 minutes. Instead of master the whole subject, try resolve one practice question today. Or instead of become a runner, try jog for 3 minutes. Each micro-try generates feedback. You realize, I can do a piece of this. That's a hero story logged. And even if you were failing, you're not failing as much as that your whole identity comes crushing down because you quickly learn what works and what doesn't. So it's not about only being successful and stacking those stories, but failing and understanding why you failed and learning how to do it better, which makes you win from this experience and be better next time, which is also a success. You never stand still. You constantly grow and stack enough of those stories and your perceived competence rises in line with your real competence. Your move now is the next time you face a task that feels overwhelming, run one rapid prototype. What's the smallest slice you can test in 5 minutes? Do it. Let your memoir writer log the result honestly, because you're either succeeding immediately or you're succeeding a little later once you've learned what made you fail this time. This way, firstly, it's no longer about I procrastinate versus I'm a procrastinator as a vague identity trap. It's about building evidence through micro conflict wins. It's about rapid prototyping, which means the bridge between perception and reality, the antidote to procrastination loops. So yes, Tim Urban's instant gratification monkey is a brilliant way to picture procrastination. And the deeper reasons you kept and keep repeating the loop aren't monkeys, they're laws. You chase low skill, low payoff tasks instead of high payoff tasks where you have a low competence. You rationalize away the dissonance instead of acting, and you let your perception drift from reality instead of running rapid prototypes to align the two. Flip those and procrastination stops being your story. So here's my challenge for you. What's one task you've been avoiding, and what's the smallest rapid prototype you could run today to flip it into progress? Drop it in the comments. And if you haven't seen Tim Urban's original TED Talk, I've linked it below. Watch it, then come back here to understand the deeper why behind procrastination even better. And if you want to go further, my book Master Your Lifescript is launching soon. There's a waitlist linked in the description. Hop on and you'll get the first updates and bonuses when it drops. Subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive into how you win. My friend, see you next time.